Hi, I'm Howard Snader. I'm a board-certified expert in criminal law here in Phoenix. Been doing this for more than 30 years. In this month's newsletter, I wrote about the Arizona State Legislature's move to go after human traffickers. And this often takes the form of trafficking, either in the drug trade or in sex trafficking. You need to understand that Arizona has the toughest penalties in the U.S. regarding these types of crimes. You're looking at mandatory double-digit, more than a decade in prison if you're caught, prosecuted, and convicted. You really need to be aware that Arizona, especially on the sex side of things, has moved from simple prostitution cases into charging people with participating in human trafficking. Human trafficking, by definition, is where somebody has enticed, recruited, or harbored, provided, or transported somebody through deception, coercion, or force into their criminal operation. If this was a drug operation, you may be looking at somebody who has recruited somebody to be a mule, moving drugs from one point to another, just being on the lookout, but in some way participating in the actual drug operation. Concerning the sex trade, you're looking at somebody who, through some kind of threat or coercion, is having their labor force basically stuck doing what they're doing. And the Arizona legislature says if you're doing anything along those lines, you're going to go to prison for a long time. If we start talking about minors being used in human trafficking, either sex or otherwise, the sentences get longer. Registration as a sex offender is normally involved if it's any type of sex crime. This is not something you want to play games with. Over the last 30 years, and specifically since this has become a crime that is being more and more popular among law enforcement agencies in pursuing, I've gotten better at defending these cases. It takes a lot of hard work. You got to break down how law enforcement agencies operated their stings. You need to look at whether or not somebody was entrapped. You got to look at how they recorded their emails, text messages, conversations with the officers. The fact that the officers are not minors is not a defense. In many cases, in most cases I should say, the fact that the person may actually be a minor but has lied about their age also is not a defense. So whether it's a real minor or somebody pretending to be a minor, if you knew or should have known that they were underage, they're going to treat you as though you were dealing with a minor. In many of these conversations, the communication involves some dialogue about bringing alcohol or cigarettes, something in which a minor doesn't legally have access to, as a way of reminding the person on the other end of the call that they are supposed to be a minor. Look, you got to do a drill down on the dialogue that you had, whether it was through some kind of text or chat system. You've got to look at the way the cops were trained. Did they follow their policies in conducting whatever sting operation they were doing? What's happened to the other co-defendants? Are you going to be prosecuted more or less than the other people involved? These sting operations have been practiced, they're repeated, and quite frankly, cops make the same mistakes over and over again, but you have to really do a drill down into their evidence to beat it. If you or anybody you know are facing charges involving human trafficking or human sex trafficking, you need a board-certified expert like myself to help you through the situation. Please don't make a second mistake. Mistake number one was just being involved some way, somehow, or having your name attached to it. Mistake number two is not reaching out to somebody who knows what they're doing to defend you. Our consultations are free. Please give us a call. The phone number to reach us at 602-899-2321. Don't be afraid to give us a call. We can really help. Thank you.